Hey guys, welcome back once again to our channel. This is Steve with Pyrus Intelligence, and today we have a great video in store for you. We're going to show you how to repair cracks in your foundation. Our specific project today is we have a garage and a house, and there's a crack that has begun to form between the two foundations, right in the joint. And so we're going to be opening up the crack a little bit, and we're going to be filling it with a polyurethane expanding foam, which is structural, and it allows the foundation to maintain its integrity. So stick around. I hope you learned something. We're gonna have a lot of fun together. Are you ready? Let's go. So here we are at the house. We're at the foundation. This is the location where we've discovered that there's a crack, and we want to begin to repair it. We have many different types of cracks that we see in the foundation. A lot of them we don't really need to worry about. They're just hairline fractures on the foundation that you'll see. The two typical cracks in a foundation that you want to be careful of are vertical or horizontal cracks. Vertical cracks are a lot easier to deal with than horizontal cracks. Vertical cracks is typically where you would see a lot of water coming in. You'll see them normally around basement windows or in joints of new and old foundations, especially if you do an extension on your house. We also have horizontal lines. The horizontal lines, typically we see them on our foundation when, for example, an excavator passes too close to the house, and the foundation will begin to crack because of stress, what we call shear pressure on the foundation. Shear pressure is pressure that goes sideways against the foundation, and so what happens is you'll have these cracks that'll appear horizontally. A lot of times it can happen if your next door neighbor is putting in an in-ground pool, or if you're putting in one in your backyard and an excavator is passing really close to the house. You can have those lines, or simply because of tremendous pressure on the ground, which forces the ground to push up against the foundation, normally on the inside of your house in the basement. If the basement is not finished, you'll be able to see horizontal lines on the foundation wall. Horizontal lines need to be taken care of. So if you have a crack, it's not a major issue. The time when a crack becomes a big problem is when they start to see a shifting or a separation of the foundations. So if, let's say, you have a horizontal crack, the upper foundation begins to separate from the lower section, that's when it becomes a major issue, and you'll have to bring in a whole team to have it fixed. Today's episode, we're covering a vertical crack, and the concern is that we don't want any water to make its way into the house. And so what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be using a polyurethane filler to fill in the crack. It's structural, and it allows 1/8 of an inch of expansion. So let's say between hot and cold, if there's any shifting in the ground, it will allow the cracks or the two parts of the foundation to expand. And so they'll expand, but it won't separate, so water won't go in. So if you look down here, this is our crack right here. So the first thing we've done is we've removed stones, and we're going to have to dig down here to go all the way down, and so that way we can do a thorough job. We're going to be cutting into the foundation. We're going to be cutting a V groove into the foundation on both sides of the joint, about 1 inch to 1.5 inches in width, from the top here at the bottom of the bricks all the way down. Once that's done, we are going to spray it, the joint, fill it full of water. And the reason why we're filling it full with water is because the product, the polyurethane filler, it has a chemical reaction with water. And so what happens is the moment it touches water, it expands up to 20 times its volume, and that will allow the polyurethane to expand all the way into the foundation, all the way down. Now, here's a tip. If your basement is not finished, instead of doing this from the outside, you can do the exact same thing from the inside of your house, and it will save you a lot of work. You won't have to dig on the outside. You won't have to repair your foundation on the outside. You can do it from the inside, and because you already have access to your entire foundation there. So stay tuned. Here we go. So the product that we're going to be using today is a C-Cut Injection Tease Foundation Repair Kit. Now, we've cut the groove. We have the V shape in there. It's deep enough. You saw us spraying water, filled it up nice and good. Now, the reason why we filled it up with water was so that it can react with the C-Cut product, and that will cause it to expand up to 20 times its volume into the foundation, filling up every crack and every cavity inside the foundation. Now, that's the goal. That's what we want. We want to seal up every opening in the foundation. Now, these are the straws that we use to put the product into the crack, and they come with these caps, which you just break off like this. You just twist it off and break it off. And this product gets stuck here to the wall, and it gets injected with the polyurethane product. And once I'm finished installing the product into this straw, I'll cap it off by pushing that piece right into the end as it's in the wall, and then I will continue to fill in the next straw right above it. We always start by filling in from the bottom, working our way to the top. Now, these have to be stuck to the foundation. Obviously, plastic doesn't stick to the foundation. So there's different ways. I've seen people have used caulking in the past. I've even taken some cement nails and just, or finishing nails, and just nailed it straight through the plastic right into the crack. Today I'm going to try something that I haven't done before, but it's worked so many times before, so why not on other things, so why not now? I'm using some self-adhesive glue, Gorilla Glue, heavy duty, dries pretty fast. I've already put a coat on the joint, obviously not filling the crack with the glue. And now I'm just going to give a fast squirt on the back side of the straw, not on the hole. And it takes about 1 minute for it to become tacky according to the instructions on the can. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick these right over top of the crack and as deep as possible. And I'm going to put a straw every 6 to 8 inches. So I'll probably have in this hole, I'll probably have a handful of them. And once this is done, I'll show you the next step. So I'm going to get started with this right now. So this mixes very, very fast. So you put your water in there, mix your dry cement paste in there as well. It's 1 part water for 3 parts cement paste. Measure it out. Eyeball it if you want. Both works, but you'll see it's already starting to harden in my hands, so you got to move fast with this product.